Coming up today on Coasting into Retirement. With so many options for saving and investing for retirement, it's no wonder that many of you are looking for a simple strategy. Is there one magic bullet to address all of your retirement concerns? That's our main topic today. You'll learn about the actionable steps you can take right now to help start making a difference for your financial future. Coasting into Retirement starts right now.
Retirement is more than a destination. It's a journey that starts with a dream, a vision for the way you want to live, recharge, and give back. To get there, you need a plan to reach your retirement goals. Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors has the strategies you need to plan for income, taxes, healthcare, and more. For years, Gary has been helping families plan for a successful retirement. Welcome to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Amy Sharp alongside Gary Marriage, and sometimes all the different options for what to do with your retirement savings, it can feel pretty overwhelming. Today, we want to help you make informed decisions on how and where to focus your retirement. Great to be back with you, Gary. How are you?
It's great to be here too with you again.
All right, you ready for this conversation?
Let's go.
All right, so we know so many of our viewers we're kind of grappling with all of the different ways to address the concerns that can come up with retirement. And what we may not know all the time is that there are a lot of options available to us to really kind of get on a smooth path towards the retirement of our dreams.
That's right, yeah. And I know there's so much information out there, right? And I have so many people come in on a daily basis. They're like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? So-and-so said I should be doing this. And, you know, it's so confusing,
Yes.
you know. So what we want to do is really try to simplify for it, right? Everybody wants just like, I wish it could just be like, hey, this is the same plan for everybody that comes in the offices, right? But it's not. Everybody's different. So there's a lot of things we've got to make sure that we have in your retirement to make sure you can do all the things that you want to do for retirement. I mean, because it's going to be Saturday every day for the rest of your life, right? So how do we do that? Well, we got to make sure we have growth, right? We've got to make sure your money's going to keep up with all the things that you're going to do. Obviously, you're going to need income for that at the same time, right? So we got to make sure those monthly play checks are coming in every single month, right? We also got to make sure that money's going to be safe when it's coming into you as well. So you want to make sure those guaranteed paychecks are coming in, or play checks, a lot of people call it too, are coming in every single month, because you want to do the things that you've just dreamed of for retirement. And then we also have to make sure as well that it's liquid, because maybe that monthly income is not enough on some months. And you know, being in Florida, we have hurricanes, it seems like all the time, or tornadoes going on, and then now the air conditioner's out. So we may need a little bit more money out of our retirement savings or our income too. So yeah, I know retirement's confusing, but there's a lot of things going on.
Well, and you said the word simplify or simple, and I think that's what we all want. What's the best way for us to kind of simplify towards investments and saving our money? How can we approach that?
Well, we need to probably create a plan if you don't have one, right? So I have people come in sometimes that they don't have any paperwork with them, like, I don't know where to start. And then I have other people come in and they have just truckloads of, you know, bringing in wheelbarrows to the office. Now I'm like, okay, I know why this can be confusing for you, right? So we just gotta, honestly, to simplify it, we wanna go through all of, like, your income, your expenses, your assets. What do you wanna do in retirement? You know, what have you done thus far? And then start laying it out. You know, we have 80-inch TV screens in the offices to make things much better for people, because it is so confusing. And I know being visual, it just seems like you learn and understand things much more clearly, I think. But yeah, let's see what you're doing now, and then where you want to go in the future for your retirement.
Gary, you mentioned simple earlier, and I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, specifically when we get to retirement. And then also when we start thinking about our investments. What's a simple way to help us understand the different places that we can not only invest our money, but also save our money?
Right, so I think with most people, you've got like the banks, right? Most people go to the banks. That's where they got their checking and savings accounts. Then you've got your investment world, right? So that's where people are going to do their stocks, bonds, mutual funds, all that fun stuff. And then you've got maybe insurance at the same time. So those are kind of like the three worlds where I see most people do their investments with, other than like real estate, things like that too, right?
Yeah, nothing's ever perfect, of course, when it comes to investments. But I kind of want you to break these down for us, because as we talk about worlds, it seems big when we say that that word. Let's start with banking. I think that's one that most people are probably more familiar with. How does that fit into our retirement plan?
Well, you got to have emergency funds, right? You got to have money set aside, and you got to have an account that you're going to have your Social Security payments coming in, so your pensions, if you're one of those lucky people that get a pension. So we got to go to the banks and rely on that. Now, a lot of times when we go there, sometimes our accounts might get a little bigger, and they're talking about CDs, right? They're starting to turn back into certificates of disappointment now because they got a little bit lower interest rates on those, right? But people got savings accounts, but that's where you need to access money that you need on a daily basis to just pay for the bills and such.
Okay, investment world. Break that down a little bit more for us. Make it a little more straightforward. Most of us have at least part of it. We know we're not supposed to be heavily invested in retirement, but what does that look like?
Well, that's where you're going to put your money at that you're going to use in the future, right? That's where you're trying to get the growth at. And so which fund is it? Where are you going to go? Are you going to put it in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, maybe crypto? You know, that's the new thing everybody's doing as well too. But you're going into that investment world because you're investing the money for the future. You want to get your, stronger growth at there too. But also, like you said too, that's where your risky accounts are as well. So you got to be a little cautious in that area.
Okay, I want to spend some time talking about the insurance world, maybe a little bit more on this one, because I think this is one that's really ever changing for a lot of people, and there's some more options becoming available to us in terms of what we can do with insurance.
Yeah, and a lot of people, think of insurance, they might be just thinking of life insurance, so you're not just insuring your life, you can actually go out there and you can insure your money at the same time as well. So, some people have annuities where they have structured payments coming into them every single month. Maybe they have a structured settlement annuity, they got in a car accident or something, so they have continued payments coming in every single month. So people do look to insurance as well for their money and their savings, and there's products out there that provide like an income guarantee or some type of growth guarantee as well. And sometimes those are a little bit better than the banks. So, there's not really like one place that you want to put all your money into, but at least you got all the options. And it's just for somebody to really go over that with you and show you what's best for you.
Well, and I think that's really what it comes down to. Like I said earlier, just when you hear the word world, it seems overwhelming enough. Retirement planning is overwhelming. Your team is there to kind of guide you through this process, though, because as we said earlier, there really is no perfect placement here in terms of what our retirements
Boy, that would make my job really easy
Wouldn't
too,
that be
right? Just everybody in the same thing.
What's the word I'm looking for? Magic ball.
That's it, right? Yeah, no, and that's why I love it though too, because it's different every single day, and everybody's retirement and their lifestyles and everything they want to do is completely different. So thank you for making my job very fun and at the same time too. But so it's really like, what do you want to do? What do you see yourself in retirement? Do you want to travel the world, or do you want to just sit there and watch the grass grow and not have to wake up for an alarm clock every single day, right? There's a lot of different options for you, but my team is really great at getting the information from you. Let's get the statements, let's see what you're doing right now, and see, what you're paying in fees, right? How much are you paying in taxes, or anything we can do to help you with that at the same time. So yeah, there's a lot to it, but man, I got an awesome team that helps me so much. And I usually get a lot of the credit for it, but the behind the scenes, they're doing awesome stuff too.
Well, we can see your passion, and I'm so glad to have you here. We got much more to come, so don't go away. Coming up, how do you put this together in a way that benefits your retirement? And later, Gary is in the hot seat for Retirement Income IQ. Stay tuned.
More is usually better, but not when it comes to taxes in retirement. Tax rates might seem high right now, but these could be the lowest rates you ever see again. Think how that could impact your retirement. The good news is there are strategies you can take advantage of now to help lower your tax bill later and help get the most out of what you've saved for retirement. But don't delay. Time is limited and rates could rise soon. So act now to get your free tax analysis. Help uncover hidden savings and optimize your income in retirement. Take action and claim your free tax analysis now.
You've heard it before. Measure twice, cut once. When it matters most, it pays to take that second look. What about your retirement? When creating a plan to help increase your spending power, reduce taxes, build a legacy, and create income you can't outlive, another set of eyes might be your sharpest move. Take advantage of our free second opinion service. We'll see what you have and tell you what you might be missing, all at no cost to you. Reach out now for yours today.
They say knowledge is power. Whatever you're doing, whatever your goals are, you'll probably never say you know too much. The same is true with retirement. The more you know, the more prepared you'll be. for everything in store. And we've made it easy to get started. This free offer is packed with knowledge to help answer some of retirement's biggest questions. It's our gift to you. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Act now and claim your free offer today.
Welcome back. I'm here with Gary Marriage, founder of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, and today we're helping you have a better understanding of your options for your retirement savings. It can feel pretty overwhelming, so Gary's here. He's going to explain why it's so important for us to understand this concept of what we've introduced to you today on the show, the three worlds of money. And I think it's always good to kind of keep going over this because it can be overwhelming, just like anything in retirement.
Yeah, my industry does a really good job of making it very confusing for a lot of people too, right?
But you break it down for us and you simplify.
Yeah, we do. We try. I mean, we do have everything to put big screen TVs in the offices so you can see everything we're talking about and doing too, and setting up plans for people. But yeah, you're talking about the three worlds of money, right? So I guess you're talking about areas you can put it, like at the bank, right? Mm-hmm. So people go there for the bank because they need the liquidity. They want the safety there at the bank, but we probably don't get a lot of growth there at the same time, right? The other side of that is, we got to put some money into investments, right? So we got to make sure that money is also liquid, but we're going there for growth at the same time. So we got to also look at how much risk we're taking with that too, because we can be too risky. Some people might be experiencing some of that right now with all the fun stuff that's going on. But that's where we go to try to grow our money. And then the last place is probably like on the guaranteed side, maybe on annuities, right? People go to annuities for that guaranteed income, that money they cannot outlive. But at the same time, we got to make sure that it's going to be liquid enough for us too, because what if you need more income than what that annuity is providing them at the same time? So yeah, there's all these different worlds of money. It's just find out what's the good balance to put into each of those areas.
Yeah, speaking of balance, how does this all come together where we can kind of find the right balance between products and tools to make that all work for us? And of course, every client that you sit down with is different.
Yeah, and that's great for me, because it's not the same thing every single day. That is, yeah. So some people are going to have more things they want to do in retirement, or different things, right? Some people want to travel the world. Some people just want to watch the grass grow at the same time. So how much money are you going to need right now? How much guaranteed income do you have coming in right now? Do you have Social Security started right now? Do you have a pension coming in? What are your bills? Do you have a mortgage? Do you maybe have a house you're paid off? So that's what I love about it. Everybody's different. So we got to usually solve the income first, right? Because I know people that have guaranteed income and they have all their bills paid, it feels like they have a stress-free retirement, all right? So then outside of that, so what are we going to do to grow the rest of the money you got? Maybe you got IRAs, you got 401ks, 403bs, maybe you have investment accounts set aside. So do we need to grow that anymore? How much do we need to grow that? Most people think they need to make 7 to 10% on their money every single year to make sure they're going to keep up with their retirement, but that's not the case. And then the last place too is what else are they going to be doing in retirement, and what are their goals?
Help us understand that retirement income plan a little bit more. Why do we need it, for one? I mean, I think we've made that pretty clear. But again, sometimes people need that kind of driven home to them a little bit, why that has to be in place, and the value that it can have as we go throughout our retirement years. We're living longer. Our income has to last along with us. Yeah,
it does. I mean, my great-grandmother lived for a very long time, like past 100.
You've got good genes.
Yeah, I guess so. Not on today,
Not
though.
on today.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But yeah, we got to make sure that our income is going to keep up with everything that's going on, too. The price of everything seems to be going up, right? Everything we touch, it seems like it's doubled in price. So unfortunately, a lot of those guaranteed income sources may only be keeping up with like 1 or 2%, but we see inflation going up at like 7 and 10, and sometimes things are 50%, we've seen go up. So income's great. We just got to make sure it's going to keep up, and it's going to last for as long as we need it though too. Also, we got to make sure where we're getting our income from, it's tax efficient, okay? So you may be taking income from different buckets of money and just, I need, $20,000 a year. Well, you're just taking $20,000 a year out of your IRA. After we go through it and we do what's called a retirement CAT scan, we'll find out, hey, you have these other accounts maybe you should be taking some money from, and look what it does to your tax bill. So if you're paying less in taxes, that's going to make your money last a little bit longer too at the same time. So there's all kinds of fun stuff that we do in the offices that people may not know about.
As we talk about your team and what you do, how can having a retirement planner alongside myself, anyone going through retirement, really kind of bring it all together for us?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to help you develop a strategy. We're going to let you know where you are today and what you need to do if we need to fix anything, right? I love, showing people like they're good on retirement, they're not going to run out of money, right? That's what everybody wants to know is, am I going to be okay, right? And I love being able to show people how much they can go out and spend and do the stuff they want to do. The hardest part of my job is getting people to spend their money.
Which is mind-blowing, I think. I think to somebody who, if you have a lot of money, sometimes that makes it even more difficult. The more money you have.
Yeah. More money, more problems, right? And then maybe more taxes too. So what we're going to do is we're going to develop a strategy, show you how to take that income, when to take that income, which accounts to take that income from, because each of these buckets of money that you have, they're all usually taxed differently too. And some things may be growing better than other accounts too. So, which accounts do we draw money out of, what time and things, and that's what I love to do. It's like having a plan in place so we can really structure this thing out to make sure, one, the money's going to last for as long as we need it, and two, make sure there's going to be enough for the surviving spouse too, or the kids, at the same time too, but make sure it's tax efficient, and just really showing you like a different way of doing planning that I find that most people come in the office have never seen before, but they have a plan. Right? And people that have a plan, they just feel like they're more comfortable with retirement.
Yeah, and it's not always a DIY project. Maybe you've done a good job budgeting during your working years, but this gets a little more complicated, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. And it's not just done on an Excel spreadsheet anymore too, right? I've seen a lot of those coming in. But I love what we do. And we're just showing people, how to make sure that your money's going to last for as long as you need it, give you that peace of mind. I think is what everybody's looking for is like, what do I need to make on my money? Should I be doing anything different? And is there anything I can do to better my retirement going forward?
Gary, thank you so much. Straight ahead, Gary is in the hot seat for Retirement IQ. And later, what are some simple, actionable steps you can take to help improve your financial future today? Gary has your checklist challenge. Stay with us.
In life, it's good to know what you have to work with. Knowing how many nails you have before building that birdhouse. Knowing how much sugar you have before starting to bake the cake. But do you know how much income you'll be able to count on in retirement? Retirement savings are one thing, but knowing how those savings can turn into income is another. Are you confident you know what your retirement income will look like? Call our team and get a free income analysis today. We can show you what you might expect for income in retirement. Find out now so you won't have to wonder later. Call for your free analysis today.
They say knowledge is power. Whatever you're doing, whatever your goals are, you'll probably never say you know too much. The same is true with retirement. The more you know, the more prepared you'll be for everything in store. And we've made it easy to get started. This free offer is packed with knowledge to help answer some of retirement's biggest questions. It's our gift to you. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Act now and claim your free offer today.
More is usually better, but not when it comes to taxes in retirement. Tax rates might seem high right now, but these could be the lowest rates you ever see again. Think how that could impact your retirement. The good news is there are strategies you can take advantage of now to help lower your tax bill later and help get the most out of what you've saved for retirement. But don't delay. Time is limited and rates could rise soon. So act now to get your free tax analysis. Help uncover hidden savings and optimize your income in retirement. Take action and claim your free tax analysis now.
Welcome back. Now it's time to put our knowledge to the test with this week's Retirement IQ. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
I feel like these are softballs, but
really?
Maybe we just every other one, maybe it'll be difficult for you, but I feel like you should know these.
Taking it easy on me today.
Our viewers can play along, of course. All right, first question. What does COLA stand for?
COLA, cost of living adjustment, right? Don't we all wish the cost of living adjustment on our Social Security benefits and our pension kept up with inflation at, what is it, 7, 8, 10, 12, 20%, depending on what you're touching these days. But yeah, at least we get a little bit of a raise every once in a while.
Yeah, and we wish it could. So let's expand on that a little bit while I have you here, because this is what this show is all about. What can we do? What are some options for keeping up with inflation? We're not going to the grocery store and seeing prices coming down.
No, don't you remember you'd walk in the grocery store with $100 and you would push
full
out
basket,
not anymore.
several bags.
Now you're carrying out just a few bags now, right? So it's really to find out where you have your money at today. Maybe I see a lot of people on a daily basis have piles of cash stocked away in like a checking account or a savings account, and I'm asking them, what are you making on that money? And they're like, I really don't know. And then we look it up and it's like 0.0001. right? And so there's a lot of people that just, they don't know where to put it. And that money is basically dying. If it's sitting there in that checking account or savings account and it's not making
flat.
anything at all, let's find a better place to put it and try to make at least 3, 4, 5%, 7%, whatever that number is. Yeah.
Okay, next question for you. What does RMD stand for?
RMD, you know, everybody loves RMD because that's when you're forced to take money out of sometimes your biggest account you have, and that's your IRA. So right now, presently, the world is 73. Age 73 is when you're forced to take distributions out of your IRA, and it's about 4% that you have to take out every single year, and you have to pay tax on it. So again, some people like it, some people don't like that so much.
Yeah, we have to think strategies when it comes to RMDs, and I think this is also where having guidance alongside us, a good planner that can kind of say, hey, this is what you need to be doing, because a lot of times there's people that'll say, oh, I don't need that money, I'm not going to take it out.
Right, yeah, and they want to delay it. But unfortunately, if you don't take it out, then it's got one of the largest penalties in the IRS if you don't take that money out. So yeah, you're forced to take it out. Fortunately, the way it happens too, when you pass it to a spouse or like to your kids, they have to liquidate that account in 10 years or less too. So make sure you keep up with your RMDs. Sure.
Okay, this is maybe a trick question.
Okay.
What does Roth stand for?
Roth, you mean the senator that got the Roth IRA established, right? It's one of my favorite accounts.
It's not an acronym, is what you're saying.
No, it's not. It's actually named after a person. But yeah, it's one of my favorite accounts because that's your tax-free IRA. And unfortunately, not too many people have Roth IRAs. It's like, again, it's one of my favorite accounts because it grows tax-free. You don't get to get a tax deduction by putting that money into there, but at least it does grow tax-free, and you don't have to take RMDs out of it either.
And a lot of people will question Roth versus traditional IRA, and I imagine that's depending on who you're talking with.
Right, and some companies don't even offer Roth IRAs. But as long as you're working, you can go out and establish your own Roth IRA. We do it every single day at the offices and stuff too, because again, I'm like, it's one of my favorite accounts because it can grow tax-free in the future.
Okay, this last one is an interesting question, especially with the news that we are in right now.
Okay.
Social Security, this is a true or false. Social Security is not taxable.
Yes and no. I guess it depends who you are, right? So it all depends on your income. Now, do we know our Social Security benefits going to be tax-free going forward for the rest of our lives? I don't know. By the time of the airing of this show, it may be, it may not be. But there's all kinds of government regulation on that too. But yeah, so if you have too much income coming in, then you may be paying taxes on your Social Security as much as 85%. And this is money you put away for years and years and years, and now you find out, oh, I got to pay tax on that as well. So you got to look at a lot of things. You got to look at your income, how much money are you doing, and we do a lot of Roth conversions. That's where you take a portion of your IRA and convert it to a Roth. That's awesome. But we got to make sure that we don't do too much, because then you might be paying a little bit more taxes on your Social Security.
Yeah, it's all about taxes. A lot of times people don't think Social Security will be taxed, so it is a good trivia question.
That's right.
And you did well.
Thank you.
Very well.
I passed.
Like I said, I think they were kind of softballs.
That's so nice.
All right.
Wish my teachers were like that back in the day.
I know you do. I know. All right. Thank you so much, Gary. Still to come, you'll learn some of the simple steps you can take today to help you improve your situation. Because how useful is knowledge without action? Stay tuned.
They say knowledge is power. Whatever you're doing, whatever your goals are, you'll probably never say you know too much. The same is true with retirement. The more you know, the more prepared you'll be for everything in store. And we've made it easy to get started. This free offer is packed with knowledge to help answer some of retirement's biggest questions. It's our gift to you. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Act now and claim your free offer today.
In life, it's good to know what you have to work with. Knowing how many nails you have before building that birdhouse, knowing how much sugar you have before starting to bake the cake. But do you know how much income you'll be able to count on in retirement? Retirement savings are one thing, but knowing how those savings can turn into income is another. Are you confident you know what your retirement income will look like? Call our team and get a free income analysis today. We can show you what you might expect for income in retirement. Find out now so you won't have to wonder later. Call for your free analysis today.
Thanks for joining us today on Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage. And I think we can all agree there's been a lot of information packed into this show. It's been fun, and we've learned a lot along the way. You and I both know We say this often, knowledge is power. Every little bit that we can grasp is always good for us.
Yeah, as long as you apply it too, right?
Yes.
That knowledge. Yeah, again, so we talked about how confusing the industry is, but really there's those three worlds of money that we talked about earlier. That's that banking world, right? That's where you're going to have your accounts for your income, your savings, the money that you're going to use in an emergency, things like that we talked about earlier. You got your investment world, and that's where you're going to put your money and hopefully grow it and do really well with it. But we also have to look at the risk side of it as well at the same time. And then that last part of that world of money was the insurance side. That's where you're going to have sometimes that guaranteed money. That's where the money's going to be that maybe you're putting money away to take care of your estate when somebody passes away or something like that too at the same time. So, and again, we talked about all this stuff about retirement, right? And all these worlds of retirement things. And some people might still be confused out there. And I get it. I see people on a daily basis that come in and they don't know if they have enough, or they don't know where to put the money, or they don't know who to trust. But I can tell you this, when you come into our offices or you do it over Zoom, we're going to educate you on your retirement accounts, where you have your money invested, what you're paying in fees. Is there anything you can do, better going forward? And are you going to be okay? Right? So we'll educate you about it. I got a solid team that's going to help you. We do this every single day. So if a lot of things were confusing to you and you don't understand it, it's all right. Come on in. We'll discuss it with you. And I want to help you build that retirement that you've been looking for.
Yeah, I think everybody can walk away from this show and feel like they've learned something, but then, like you said, applying it as well. And we can't walk the person into your office, but that's always the first thing, is like to encourage people to actually take that step first, pick up the phone, make a call, or walk into your office. Your team's very inviting, very welcoming, and what does that look like when they step in through the doors?
Usually they smell fresh baked cookies.
See, that's what I was trying to get Gary to say the whole show. Like throw the cookies at him.
We do. We have some of the best fresh baked cookies in town. Everybody talks about that. Now I have people coming in all the time for the coffee and the desserts we have in there, and I'm like, I didn't know I was seeing y'all today, and they're like, no, we're just here. We wanted
came
some
back
cookies.
for a cookie and coffee.
That's it.
Yeah, and I
Very
think
fun.
that's the comfort level. It starts with the cookie.
Yeah.
And then it's a conversation.
That's it.
And so many people don't realize all of these complex topics that we share here on the TV show. It really can be kind of, softened a little bit with a conversation. And once you kind of have that comfort level, you've got a great team surrounding you too.
We do, and we make it fun. I know, again, it's confusing out there, and some people are like nervous about coming in the office, and we're not going to handcuff you to the chair and make sure that you don't leave without writing us a check. That's not how it works, So it's really helping people. And I've been doing this now for over 20 years, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's so much more to Gary than just what he does here. So you gotta get to know him, find out a little bit more about him and his team.
Yeah, I like to have fun.
All right, thank you so much, Gary. Great
Thanks, Amy.
insight as always. And thank you for joining us today. We hope you can take what you learned and put it into action, like we've said. And don't forget, Gary and his team is here to help you keep your retirement strategy balanced so you can feel confident to spend your time doing what you love with the people who matter most to you. For Gary and the team at Nature Coast Financial Advisors, I'm Amy Sharp. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.